Shalom, 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 shalom. Baruch Hashem Adonai. My name is Pastor Isaac King EK. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're still on the series Elohim, and we are in chapter 4. Chapter 4, Elohim Chapter 4. We've been diving into a lot of deep things, so I would encourage you to go check out chapter 1, 2, 3. It will really guide you to where we are right now. So I'm going to go into a little bit into a deep teaching, but a very short one. All right, so just follow me, okay? Please, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe and support me. Please support me and share the video for other people to actually enjoy the things you are enjoying. Stay with me as we go on this journey. I love you. Shalom. All right, today I'm going to be talking about frequency, sound, and dance. Frequency, sound, and dance. Now, it's cliche in most of the similar kind of videos you've been listening to. You've been hearing words like frequency and vibrations, elemental forces, and all of that. But today I'm going to give you something a little bit different by the leading of the Ruach HaKodesh. I pray that this would enlighten you and put you on the right path in your journey. All right? Okay, now I said frequency, sound, and dance. Frequency, sound, and dance. Now you need to understand that we are in a vibratory universe. Like the universe we live in, it's vibratory. And then frequency is key to tuning or to opening different vibrations and different realms and different portals, different planets and different worlds. The key to different worlds are mostly by the frequencies that we know and we operate by. There is a common universal frequency which is 3, 6, 9, and 12 frequency. And we need to understand how these things work and how they can be applied. All right. So when you know these things, it's easier for you to unlock certain gifts, certain potentials that you have. Numbers are very powerful. So you have to pay attention to numbers to be able to unlock certain frequencies and certain realms. All right. So I'll try and stick by the book and then see how far we can get. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed. I love you. Shalom. Now, all things, worlds, planets, universes operate with the timing of frequencies. I'll say that again. All things, worlds, planets, universes, they all operate with the timing of tuning in frequencies. All right? Now, frequency is the key to operate gateways to worlds and planets. With frequencies, you can access gateways. All right? I know some of you have seen like something they call the stargates. Yes, stargates. Yeah, stuff like that. They have frequencies they tune them to, and then these stargates open like portals and all of that, and then people are able to teleport into different dimensions, different worlds, different planets. Yes, don't be fooled. These things are real. They're not fictions. All right. Now, how do you know the right frequency to any realm? That's a very good question. How do you know the right frequency to any realm? Now, you need to learn on how to open up to knowing and learning new things. Until a man is open to learning, he is in the dark and crippled. he is in the dark and crippled. Those are two dangerous things that shouldn't happen to anyone. But it happens because most times we are afraid to know. We're afraid to find out. We're afraid for new things. We're afraid that, oh no, I don't want to, this I know, I don't want to know another one. Oh no, it might mess up my mind, might mess up my religion. Oh, I'm careful about my religion. I'm careful about my faith and all of that. All right? So with that mindset, you are stuck. Like I said, blind and crippled. Now, first thing first, before you can allow these frequencies, before you can know these frequencies, is that you must allow yourself to accept the laws and principles of the worlds, like different worlds, in meditation and concentration. Now, what this means is that you need to learn on how to master yourself, master on how to block your mind from the external world, master on how to block your mind from the distractions around you, the worries, the troubles, the pain. Now, until you learn on how to block your mind from all of these distractions, you will not know how to tune into frequency. Sometimes, I believe some of you, you just, on a random day, do your normal business and you have a tingling, like a tingling sound, like the sound that in your ears. Sometimes the right ear, the left ear. That's tuning. That's tuning. Now, in your higher self, you are tuning. Perhaps what you're doing at a time allows you to tune unconsciously, or perhaps what you experience, what you just an accident or an incident rather, could just tune you, or a certain sound could just tune you, or certain information could just tune you. But the thing now is, when you're tuned, do you know on how to tap into the information? You ask questions. You ask questions like, what is happening? Why am I having this tuning? Why am I having this connection? Why am I being tuned to this frequency? What should I see? What should I hear? What should I perceive? Now, are you aware that every time you have a deja vu, you just cut across a timeline that had already come and gone? I was teaching someone the other time, I said the present, past, and the future is one and the same thing. Time is now. Whatever is happening now is time. The past is the pigment of our memories that you think that you've had, and then the future is the things you think that you're going to have, or you imagine that you're going to have. But what you have right now is the time now. So whatever you do with now will affect what you call the future. All right? And sometimes when we have these experiences, it's because of the things that we have done. We have existed. We're cutting across our existence in every time loop. All right? I'm not talking about time today. All right? So it's frequency. Now you have to know the working of elements and nature. You have to know the working of element and nature. You have to understand that nature is a teacher that cannot lie to you. Nature teaches you regardless if you learn or you accept or not. Okay? So when you learn the workings of the element, now the elements are there. They have their powers, just like nature has her power. But until you learn on how to tap onto these things, you will not know. Like in our series of Elohim, there are lots of Elohim that are lying down there that until you know on how to tap into them, tap into their powers, you will not know on how to walk with them. You will not know how to walk with them. The perfect way, I think, people tune into certain powers and Elohims without knowing in their subconscious is the places of fellowship, the churches that we worship, we fellowship, the Almighty with. Now, knowingly or unknowingly, we are henotheistic in nature. Without knowing, sometimes we act some certain things, but because we can't come to terms, because of the doctrines and the dogmas that we operate in, we can't come to terms with some of these things, so we shy away from the reality or from the actual truth that there is. All right? The monotheistic nature that we supposedly operate in Nigeria is actually henotheism or polytheism. Yes. You hear a lot of Christians, mostly in Nigeria, will tell you, I call upon the God of this, the God of my father. I don't want to mention any pastor's name. The place of your worship, you say you call upon the God of this, the God of this person, the God of that person, and all of that. Now, it's the same thing with a henotheistic worshiper. There's acknowledgement of the Almighty, who is called the Ancient of Days. The Jews call him Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the breath that will breathe. All right, the unseen one, the invincible one. In my previous videos, you see that every religion, every sect believe in that one that created all. Yes, but at the same time, we call on some other, we have some other names and some of the saviors. All of these people call and all of that. Now, my point here is this. Until you know and believe by operation what this place of worship, believe in and operate with it, that Elohim will not work for you. Yes. It will not work for you. Because for every man, like where I come from, we call it the chi. For every man has his own spirit, has his own chi, and he has his own guide. There's a spirit that every man has. Now, I was saying something. I'm going to digress a little bit, but I'll come back to this teaching. I was saying something to a friend when we were talking about secular music, and then is it right for you to do bring a secular song and convert it to a gospel song, like a secular tune, and convert it into a gospel tune? And I told him it's wrong. It's very wrong, because for every secular song, it has the spirit of the songwriter. Just like for everything that is made has the spirit of the one who created it. Yes, this mug here has the spirit of the one who made the mug. Now you ask me, how then do we manage with these things if everything in our house have the spirit of who made them? Yes, everything. Now, we are creative beings. We create things. And then just like the Almighty created us and put his breath in us. Now, consciously or unconsciously, every time you make a thing, because it's from you, it is carrying your essence. Now, some people go up to the extent of, now they have what they worship. Every man has what or who they bow to. Now, who you bow to is who owns you. So if they have who they bow to or what they worship, now whatever they create, they have to dedicate it to what they worship. So if you bring a gospel, a secular tune that has been dedicated to maybe a Dagon or to a Baal, and then you bring that tune and then put, because you think you put Yeshua in it or Jireh in it or whatever in it, it becomes holy. No, it doesn't work like that, because it has already been dedicated to someone. So that's what I'm saying. But the thing is this: when you know how every of these spirits have tunes and frequencies on how you can tune to them. In worship, they have a tune, that is the frequency. When you tune to that frequency, you connect to them. Now, this gives me to sound. Now, these tunes create a sound. And these sounds are being recognized by realms, by deities, by spirits, by Elohims. So when you make a certain sound that is recognized, and there's something about recognition in the terms that in the physical realm you call it signature, or you call it right, a copyright. Now, if I have a tune, I register that tune as my own. I license it and I copyright it, so I own that tune. Whoever plays that tune owes me. He has to pay me for playing that tune. This is how these things work. So for every time you make certain tunes, secular tunes or whatever tunes, you are tuning a sound to a frequency that belongs to some deity. Yes. So don't be fooled. There is nothing that is just common or normal or ordinary, or no, it's nothing. Now these sounds, they are sometimes hummings. Sometimes they are. Are you aware that before you started speaking, you are making sounds? Now it starts from frequency, then it gets to sound. Now in between frequency and sound is vibration. Yes. Now the baby in the womb has a frequency, the vibratory frequency with the mother. She can hear him, she can speak to him. She can hear her, she can speak to her. They can communicate. Now, when a baby is born, they tend to make sounds. But one thing you should know, that we are first telepathic beings before we became sound beings. Sound waves, as is after telepathy, then you have sound wave. That's after frequency, then you have sound wave. Yes. Now ask yourself, how do babies communicate within each other? Like, they look at each other. How do animals communicate? They look at each other. They talk. They communicate. We're first telepathic beings. We just look at each other. You can be in Oklahoma and I'm in Dubai, and then I connect with you, and then that's it. So we making sound is secondary. Now, making sound, it gives back to language. So language is primitive. It's primitive because you do not need to make a sound to talk. I asked someone the other time, I was having a conversation with them. I said, when a child that is born deaf and dumb, how do they think? If they want to think, what language do they think in? Because they never had a language. They never heard any language. Frequency, sound. Frequency, sound. Now I said, listen more than speaking. If you need to master these things, you need to learn on how to meditate. You listen more than speaking. You listen more than speaking, because all things are actually speaking, but just that we're not listening so we can hear them. All things speak, just that we're not listening, so that's why we don't hear them. And the relationship of the pregnant mother and her child is a high vibrational frequency of worlds and planets. Yeah, I think I said that. Now they both communicate without, language. So language is secondary. Now the last thing you need to understand is that every spirit has a dance. When you dance, you cause vibration in the frequency, in the world, in the elements, in the planet. You create a vibration. There is There is a vibration you create in the universe when you dance. Now, for every dance is a language to every spirit and every being. Like I told you earlier, they are identified. Now, whichever one is theirs, they have a seal to it. They have a seal to it. That's why tribes and tongues have their dance. You can forget. Now, a song can come and go. Yes, but a dance will remain. People can improve on it, but the dance is everlasting. You hear them, the rain dance, the spirit dance, and all of that. These are ancient ways of connecting to different Elohims and different realms. Different Elohims and different realms. Ancestry. Now, do you know what happens when you are dancing? A dance that is registered by a certain tribe, the ancestors resonate with the dance. Yes. The spirit resonates with the dance. That's why when you sing a song in a language, in a tone, or in a frequency of a certain tribe, the spirit of that person you just trigger the spirit. There's something that happens in the inside of them. That's the power of frequency, sound, and dance. Okay? I'll wrap it up here. So let me not say too much and make it a long video. I love you guys. Shalom, shalom, shalom.